by and do a live touch basis, see how the holiday was for everybody, and do know that it's gonna be a whole lot going on next year. So y'all better hold on, okay? But anyway, I wanted to kind of chime in on a live right quick while I had a few minutes in regards to a situation that I was discussing with someone. Now, I hope I get everything right that was discussed because it was like a week ago and I'm trying to just do it off the top of my head. But, sometimes we are in situations where others depend on us. You see what I'm saying? They depend on us wholeheartedly for everything. And you have much love for them and you are committed to being there for them. However, there's still this side of you that feels as though you're entrapped in that commitment and that rat race. And, say for instance, you love someone that is has a physical or mental ailment and medically they need you to take care of them. And you're in a relationship with them. However, it's an open relationship because they can't fulfill the things that you need, want, and desire on a personal, your need level. Now, they make it fulfill emotionally that bond that you both have as far as the love and commitment and loyalty, but you like to go out. You like to kick it. You're highly sexed. Um, you like to travel. You like to be extremely spontaneous. And these are things they can no longer do. So what you do is you start connecting with people outside of the relationship to be able to fulfill what's missing. That's what I want to say. Fulfill what's missing with what you can't have or don't have at home with this individual. And you have that wild side, you need the physical fulfillment, so you start kicking it with people who can fulfill you in those ways. Now, in the midst of that, you feel bad because you feel as though thank you. You feel story. You feel as though you are um betraying the person that you are with. You're betraying them because um you're not being 100% faithful. Now, they do know that you are open with stuff, you're out there, you're connecting. However, the one or two people that you are connecting with, that you're doing these things with, they are also emotionally catching ties onto you. They're connecting to you in an emotional way. They enjoy the physical, they enjoy the mental, they enjoy all that connecting that you guys have. But deep down inside that it can't go any further. You guys, sorry, I'm looking in here. A girl is tired. I need to. I have insomnia, excuse me. So I wake up 10 times a night and I've been trying to deal with this, but sometimes I look a little tired, but I'm not really tired. I just look tired. So anyway, you sit up and you try to, explain to this outside fun and attachment that things can't really what we do because I have commitments and obligations at the house taking care of who I take care of. Now, mind you, these other folks get emotionally caught up. Um, and so now you got the both two beasts going on. You got the home situation and you got the situation with these new connections or this one connection. It could be one or it could be two. Hopefully it ain't more than two, but you're kind of free with yourself. You're highly sex. You get connected with people. You like to have fun and you do what you do, right? Um so it makes you feel bad. You feel like you're doing everybody wrong. As I was told, you feel like you being a hoe. Okay, that's what they say. They feel like they being a hoe. Or they don't feel like they being a hoe. They say they are being a hoe. I don't know if they being a hoe, but I will say that at some point you have to do what's right for you, and I think with morals and love and connection, it's hard, very hard to disconnect from a situation and you know that the person needs you. They need you. And if you was on the other side of the coin, you know that they most likely would be there for you if you needed them in that way. But you didn't expect things to go on as long as it has and for it to get as bad as it's gotten. And you've been with this person for, a few years. It's like, what do you do? You're up against the wall. And are you wrong for tipping out there and connecting with people as long as you're being straight up? Now, if you're not being straight up with that outside person, how you doing, gamer? If you're not being straight up with the outside person, then you're wrong. Because they need to know where they stand and what's happening. Now, you have an open relationship. So you may bring this outside connection to your home. I wouldn't suggest that, but you may bring them to your home. You bring them to your home, and the person you're taking care of and you're loving or whatever may partake in what you're doing, and they may just let you do what you do. Because mind you, like I said in the beginning, they cannot really satisfy you in the way that you want to be satisfied, and the energy level and man, this just opening up in the way you do, they may get over, you know um they may be tired, or they may be medicated, or they may not be as limber to do certain things, or they just may not do it for you in that area, but everything else is cool. So are you wrong for bringing this person or persons to your house, even though you have an open relationship? Now, the person you're caring for has agreed to, accept the fact that you're going to be going outside of the relationship sometime. They've accepted that. But do you really want to put that in their face? Should you be going where you're gotta go to get to this person and not bring them at home? But bring them at home. If you guys plan on doing threesies and foursies and fivesies, okay, well, I mean, that's your thing. I ain't judging. But you got to be smart and you got to be safe about it. And morally, pay attention to your own deep emotional feelings, because if you don't feel right morally doing what you're doing, 9 times out of 10, it ain't right for you to be doing what you're doing. Sometimes we need to go get some help for stuff, you know what I'm saying? But are you shortchanging? Because deep down inside, when I was discussing this with this person, deep down inside, they felt like they were missing out. Still a young person. They felt like they were missing out, like the walls was drawing in on them, and only thing they had to really wake up and focus on was taking care of this other individual, but their needs got lost. And we're just not talking about entirely physical fulfillment. It's that emotional fulfillment. It's that physical, of course. It's that going out and doing fun things together, connecting on a whole different level, outside of just being at home and kind of just feeling sad about the situation, but being there to fulfill the needs of the person that you so care about. They feel that at times the walls is just closing in on them, and they don't want to hurt who they are. So where's the limits? You guys tell me. Where do you draw the line? If you are in a situation where it's open like that and they have agreed upon you doing it like that, where do you draw the line? Is it bringing somebody over only once a month? Is it never bringing nobody over but going out to where you need to go to get with them? Is it being faithful to the end, especially if you are in an exclusive relationship with this person that you're now caring for? Or should you just break up and not call it a relationship, but like they said, open relationship, or we just have a deep friendship? Then maybe perhaps that can justify you feeling not bad for what you're doing. However, if you're out there and you're not keeping it real with the people that you are dealing with or the person, and they become obsessed, I was told this too. They become obsessed and kind of stalkerish. Stalkerish and obsessed because now they have emotionally connected to you. They have connected with you. They are feeling you. They are perhaps loving you, and they love what you do for and to them, and vice versa. And then you find yourself battling with, you think you kind of digging that person too. You think you kind of falling and getting connected with them too. So you have allowed yourself to kind of get connected, but that wasn't the plan at first. The plan was to just go out, have fun, go back home, dust yourself off, and go back to life as normal. But now you have the emotions of the person that you're caring for, and also the person or persons that you have connected with on a whole different level outside your relationship. Now, deep down inside, perhaps discussing this with this person, perhaps you initially done this to kind of help free yourself from the reality of the situation that you are entangled in at home. Because you don't want to put on your big boy or big girl pants and say, I'm out of here. I can't do this no more. This is too much. I love you. I'll go to the store for you. I'll do whatever, but I can't do this. I can't do this. You don't want to do that. Your conscience will not allow you to do that. So you feel entrapped. You feel entrapment. You feel like, I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. So you don't want to be the person. So maybe you're trying to put yourself in the light of, maybe I'll just do certain things and perhaps they'll just tell me to go. They'll tell me they don't want to deal with this. They don't want to live like this. They don't want to watch me get caught up with other people, and they love me so. So they perhaps will be the one to, and maybe that's one of the could be not all the reason, but one of the reasons you go out and you do what you do and you bring them to the house so that it'll be smeared all up in the face, and the reality will be on the wall. Look, check this out. You ain't doing this for me. Somebody else is. Me and you, we good with everything else, but look, you can't, and you just loud with it and you just enjoying it. And I just couldn't sit there and listen to all that. And I'm loving you. I understand. And you know what? Now that I'm talking about it, to flip it, though they love you, but they could be at a point where they want more for you. They feel like they have you prisoned. They feel like they have you trapped in their reality, and you deserve to flap your wings and live your life. But they could not tell you to go. They don't really want you to go, but deep down inside, they want you to do something different. And perhaps that's why they've accepted the open relationship. But here you are doing what you do. You're caught up in the middle of different emotions on both sides of the globe. You've gotten attached to a person or persons outside of the home that you bring to the home sometime. That's more convenient. And sometimes your partner has stepped in the best way they can. They've stepped in and got them a little enjoyment too, but not all the time. But you're entangled in this web because you love the person that's at home. You don't want to wrong them. You don't want to hurt them. Lord forbid you don't want to leave them in a living by themselves situation and have somebody else try to take care of them and do this and do that. You just don't want to have to do all that, right? So you end up feeling like a hoe. You feel like a hoe. And I'm just saying, I just wouldn't wish this on nobody because I don't even know which way. Sorry. Sorry. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm so sorry to break the. Sorry to break. Happy birthday, Mama. Happy birthday. Sorry, it's I'm doing this video to ya. Happy birthday. They singing happy birthday outside the job here. Look at them. They singing happy birthday to Mama. Happy birthday, Mama. Thank you, baby. Tell her I'm doing my video, so I can't do too much. Okay. Anyway, sorry, y'all. But you're entangled in this situation, and what do you do? I mean, I'm just sorry for the interruption, y'all, but it was the birthday. Bye, baby. Enjoy. Um, but I just feel sorry. I don't. I mean, morally, my thing like this. Let's get a little deeper, y'all. I got a few more minutes. Morally, I say, when you got into that situation with the person that had the physical or medical condition, you knew this from the gate. You cared about them. You took on the responsibility because that's where your heart drove you. That's what you felt was good to do. You loved and respected this person. Now, I'm not sure if they got worse during the course of these years or are they about the same. So let's say that they're about the same. In the beginning, you knew. But in the beginning, life might have been lifing in a different way for you. Perhaps, you was just more at a settled space. Perhaps you wasn't really into doing a whole lot more outside of your realm of everyday situations. You see what I'm saying? And it was okay. Because sometimes what's okay for yesterday is not always okay for today. Okay, so as time went on, you got more older, you got more mature minded, you got more physically needy, along with mentally stimulation needed, all of that. And you see that life started taking a different turn. Your wants, needs, and desires started to change. However, you have been committed in this situation for these years, and this person needs you. They have no family here. They have no one else. The thing is, they would probably have to go into a residential care home or end up being their caregiver. So But now life has changed turns. And, even though these people that you're out there getting with, the person or people, you don't really care for them like you care for this person, but you do get emotional attachments with someone very, very deep at times when you are having a physical bonding experience. You see what I'm saying? It just can't be helped. At some point, unless it's a hit and miss, I'm going to just do this tonight and that's it. And I don't ever have to see you again type of thing. People still do that. But as you become more mature and you're 40ish or older, you're not thinking in terms of that, right? So therefore, um, you have to get to a point. This is just you know, my take on it. You have to get to a point where you start looking within and you start looking at what your needs, desires, and wants are primarily first. And then you decide what you can give or what you would like to do or how you would do it with the next person. You can't have the best of both worlds. You can't be 100% pleasing others and not pleasing yourself. You can't have someone at home that's emotionally and physically and spiritually connected to you be in the midst of accepting the fact that you're doing this hoish thing and you're bringing them to the house and they're watching and hearing that, and sometimes they try to chime in when they can. You cannot expect for that not to bother them, let alone you can't expect to feel good about yourself doing that. Okay, sex is what it is here for the moment and then it's over. And once it's over, reality slaps us upside the face. Then you got the stalker behavior. You got the person out there that is calling you, sometimes coming to your house, just knocking on the door, texting you, trying to FaceTime you, doing all this stuff to connect with you because why? They are sprung, tongue, dung on you. And then you get to thinking about some things sometime and your toes curl, but you're they're giving you some things you need too. Right? So what do you do? I say look at the man in the mirror. Look at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror first and decide wholeheartedly deep down inside what you need for you, without hurting anyone else, without taking any kind of situation for granted, without taking anyone for granted, without misleading anybody, without putting yourself in a risque way. Because I'm going to say, when you out here and you slinging big thing long and doing all that ding dong kong bong, there's some stuff out here. I don't want no stuff. I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to get with you because you was with her, and now you done gave me something. Because, and especially if I'm loving you and caring about you and trusting that you was down for me, I can't even trust it no more. And I can't trust your judgment because you went on and did some risque shish and got yourself in a situation where now I'm involved in it. My life could be jeopardized with it. And then trust is earned, is gained. So you put all this time into somebody and something and you gain and you earn all this trust and you connect, and then all of a sudden they burn you. And they may burn you again. And so it's just shame on you. So you got to be careful because condoms only go so far and condoms can bust. Condoms can bust. Stuff can be dripping and leaking and enter in. You got the mouth. Stuff can be exchanged by the mouth. You're sucking and licking and slurping and doing all this and sticking. You're doing all that stuff and you could be passing things on. And remember, the person you kicking it with, they not necessarily just kicking it with you. Think about how often you get with them. You may get with that person once, twice a month. Maybe, if it's a good situation, maybe once a week. I mean, I don't know. You don't each other every day. So people out here wilding out. These sexual libidos is off the chart. And they are out there trying to get it, stick it, lick it, suck it, slurp it on whoever. Okay? Whoever's willing to bend it over. So you got to keep that in mind. Do you want to risk your life? Do you want to risk the life of the person who loves and cares for you, who have been down and loyal for you? And that's what's going to happen if you keep doing this skinny dip type of stuff from home and out, bringing people. And then these fatal attractions. Folks get caught up and get to stalking. And I know somebody say they came home one night and this person they was seeing, but they was just sleeping with sometime, wasn't in a relationship, was hiding outside in the bushes outside their house. Late night, they coming from a party, from a club, wherever they was coming from. This person jumps out of the bushes while they come home with another woman. They coming home with the other woman. The other one jumps out the bushes, and then we got, Houston, we got a problem. All hell went loose. So get it together. But emotionally, like I said, I do pray for the situation. I do suggest that you look at yourself first. What is it that you need? What is it that will make you happy? What is it that will take you to a whole new refreshed level? Not using the next person to get there, but you. Sometimes we have to disconnect ourselves from just about everybody. We got to climb in some kind of little, I don't know, some kind of little dirt mole or whatever you want to call it. What time is it, y'all? I ain't got a lot of time left. Okay. We got to climb into these little dirt holes and get ourselves together. Because sometimes we want to look at and blame everything on the next, but it's really us. We dealing with some issues. We got some garbage that needs to be cleaned and taken out and thrown away and taken to the dump. We got stuff. This is why we do what we do. And back to what I was saying, the person that's in this type of situation now, are you doing these things because you're trying to find an out? You don't necessarily want to be with these other people. You're using them to find an out from a situation that you feel is debilitating. And I'm not saying you're not getting rewards from it in some kind of way, but it's sucking the life out of you. And you're trying to run, but you're running in the wrong direction. You're running in the wrong way. You're doing it wrong. Okay? So think about it. That's my message today for you guys. I love you all. It's the holiday season we're in. And no matter what, love you and put you first. You got to come first. Not the next person, not the next persons, not the next situation, not the next whatever. It's about you. What is it? Identify. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? And stop using others to justify your actions. Your actions is your actions. Period. I'll be back at y'all soon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Somebody needed to hear this video today. I'll be back at you guys soon. Sorry it's been a minute, but hey, your girl is back.